moment, and I'll get us all set up here. What's up, everybody? What's up? Give me just a second. I'm trying to start some things here. All right, guys, hang on just a second. I am having all kinds of issues. Let's do a Q&A real quick. Let's fix this. There we go, guys. We're all in. What's up? What's up? What's up, Kristen? How you doing? It's Kristen. Welcome in, everybody. How y'all? You know, I'm trying to make sure that everything's still the way it's supposed to be. So let's make sure everything's in here right. What's up, my Jen? All right, everything's done right. Cool. So we can actually start the show. Give me just a second. I got to refresh. That's better. It's reconnected the right way now. You guys were all like way down here. I had half a screen. Yes, you were, Kristen. Nothing much, Vinny. I'm just sitting here enjoying myself. It's raining its tail off, which is why I was so late trying to get to the show. Play a song, Caden? I wish I could, man. You talk about on my guitar? I'm still learning, dude. All I know how to do is just strum it. It's hot, hot, hot. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. You're in London. All right, Vault Master, welcome in. Kristen is wrong. I was first on. Oh, I got you there, Vinny. It's all good. Let's see here. Actually, Kristen was the first to respond. No, on an Alexa. I don't have an Alexa. But I do just kind of sit here and chill and have some fun with people. But welcome into the show for sure there, Alexis. Yeah, she was the first one to respond. You know, I don't know who the first one was to like, but she was the first one to respond. That's what it shows on my screen there, Vinny. I'm sorry, buddy. You know, sorry about that. But guys, welcome in. I was planning on finishing up the walking staffs today, but the rain has stopped it. Oh, I'm doing great. Wish he could play music, but he would get copyright on it. Yeah, I would. Get away from the tripod. I'm eventually going to start putting a boot in your butt. All right. I'm doing great, guys. Thank you all for being here. You know, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Come join the family, guys. What is up, Brentley? What's up, Brentley? Welcome into the show, man. Money pull-up action. Nice. Which we have donations for a charity, Tonight's Sanctum. You know, guys, so if you wish to donate to help out some people, yes, you were second to like. That's for sure, man. You were definitely that. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Brentley VR. You know, welcome in. If you being mean, then leave. Oh. No, you haven't missed anything, Brentley. We've just gotten started, man. This is just a hangout. You know, every afternoon we just have some good old fun, chit-chat with each other, and have some good old friendly neighborhood fun. Let's go. Yes, guys. Which, speaking of that, we only have 200 and something more watch hours until we hit 3,000. Yes, we are almost to monetization, guys. Just a little bit more to go. Oh, thank you, Vinny. Hello, Sharky. Infernos. Yes, I remember you, Infernos. I remember the picture. But welcome in, Inferno. How you doing? So, guys, yeah, how's everybody's morning been? Hopefully you've been staying out of this heat. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you so much, guys. You know, I try to be a good YouTuber. There we go. There's my Jin Jin's channel. I don't know if I can pin it, but I'm going to try. Atlantic Hawks. Grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit. All right. What's up, man? I don't have a camera. But thank you so much for being in. You know, guys, this is just like my job. So thank you all so much for being here. My job is to actually entertain you guys. Make sure y'all have a good day. Oh, thank you, girl. I have my phone right now recording me, Atlantic. But thank you so much for wanting to do an edit. Infernos of Cheers is mine. Yes. Touch it with your palm. Thank you, Kristen. Hello there, Siam. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, touch your phone. Touch the phone. When are you going to do the forge thing? I will be doing the forging again coming up month. I only have $40 I can spend on myself anyway. All the rest of it's going towards the RV. So, yeah, I'm going to be restarting the forging upcoming after the 3rd of the month. So I might do a 4th of July special where I start forging again and we finish out our Viking sacks. Burial. But yeah, we're definitely going to be taking and doing the forge thing soon. I've got to wipe off my screen. I've got to get a screen cleaner. What do you mean burial? Let's go. Yeah, definitely. So we're going to try to have a 4th of July forging event for everybody to watch so that we can try to finish out our Viking sacks. You know, we might not be able to get the handle on it yet because that takes a little bit of time, but we will be able to take and finish the forging process. So that's going to be awesome. You know, guys, we might even be able to get our handle materials ready because I think I'm just going to do a burn through on the tang. Amelia Reed. Nice. Happy birthday, Amelia. Welcome into the show. Oh, your brother's on his phone? Okay, I got you. But guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You know, if you want to have a good chat, you want to meet some good people, and you want to eventually make a family, come on in here, guys. You know, we are sitting here talking to each other like brothers and sisters. I'm sorry I have to go do chores right now. Okay, I'll see you later, Kristen. I'm sorry you can't watch it the rest of the show, but that's why we record it, so you can go back and watch it anytime. So yeah, guys, how many of y'all have been seeing? Okay, Inferno, see you on the next one. Good to know you're doing good there, Sharky. I'll see you next time, Kristen. Have a good day. But, you know, guys, have y'all been seeing some of the reactions that some people are having, these baby trappers and these professional mothers who are now losing their, oh, no problem. Thank you for being a huge fan there, Kristen. Definitely will enjoy. Lucy! Welcome, Lucy. But, guys, have y'all been seeing some of these reactions? Some of these women, oh my God, man, it's a good thing they don't get child support anymore. I mean, to literally sit there and say you're wasting money on your children, that's terrible. You know, guys, some of these young women need to get their acts together. You know, if you got kids, they're your responsibility to take care of. If you get child support, that money goes to your kids, not to you. That's not for you to get a Gucci purse. That's not for you to get your nails done. That's not for you to get a new hairdo. That is for that child to have shoes. That is for that child to have school supplies. That is for that child to have anything they need. And yet, some of these women are pissed because they're losing their child support. And they're wanting that money for themselves because they're what I like to call a professional mom. They just like to pop out babies and then divorce a guy and get child support from him. Guys, I know a woman right now. She's got 5 kids. I can't stand her. She's got 5 children, and she's got 5 different daddies. Every time she gets pregnant, she waits till she has the baby, gives it about a month, and then she leaves the guy. And when she does, she takes everything she can, and she makes sure she gets as high a child support as she can get. Now they can't do that anymore because now they're looking at the income of both parents. They're no longer just looking at, well, you're the dad, it's your responsibility. Here's a bunch of money, that you got to pay. Oh, I know, Lucy, it is terrible. And I'm happy for the kids and for the parents out there that actually use the child support right. I'm happy for those people. I'm happy for the dads that have been struggling and struggling and struggling that are now able to claim their kids on their income tax. That way they can get just that little bit of struggle, taken care of for at least a little while. Guys, it allows us that pay child support to be able to save money. Yes, I pay child support. I'm supposed to get $800 and something a month. I live off of $374. So they take $500 out of my check for child support. And I don't complain. I don't come on here and throw, oh, it's so hard. No, I just try to figure out what to do. Why? Because that's what a father does. Even if I'm not in their life, I still try my damnedest to pay that child support. Even if I can't see them. If I had a child, I would put my child first. It would be a responsible mom. There you go there, Lucy. That's the way you're supposed to be. Be a responsible parent. You don't see these single dads that get child support blowing that child support on fishing gear and strip malls or strip clubs and stuff like that. You don't see them doing that. You see them creating college funds for their kids, trust funds for their kids, buying school supplies with it, buying shoes with it. You see them. Yeah, I'm sure there's some dads out there that do spend it on themselves, but shame on you. Guys, that's all I got to say. Shame on anyone who takes a child support check and uses it for themselves. It's just not right. Guys, why can't you see your kids? The mom won't let you. No, O'Donnell, the mom will not let me. She said if I abandon her, I abandon the kids. And because I had troubles, I had a flat tire trying to get to the courthouse. The judge was in a bad mood, and she took my rights away, but made me pay child support. Unfortunately, sometimes that's what happens. You just catch the wrong judge. And I had the wrong judge on the wrong day, and I lost everything. That's why I can't see my kids. It's simply, I couldn't make it to court. And they would not extend the court date because I didn't have a lawyer to represent me. So they would not give me an extension. And because of that, I lost everything. Yeah, that's how it went down, man. Hey, Jin, good to see you over here. Nice, O'Donnell. Yeah, Jin's my girlfriend, O'Donnell. I didn't know if you knew that or not. But Jin's my girl. But yeah, that's how I lost my kids. Wrong judge, wrong time. Just horrible. But it's all good. One day they're going to find me again, and they're going to want to know the truth behind it, because I'm sure, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm sure they've been told some terrible things about me. Because I was crazy and didn't know that I was crazy at the time. I had no idea I was schizophrenic. So I'm sure they've heard some terrible things about me. But one of these days, I hope to be able to meet them again and tell them the truth. Oh, yeah. She's my girlfriend. She's my lovely turquoise queen. Yes, she is. But Anyway, guys, so yeah, you got this whole situation that's forming with child support laws that's and these paternity test fraud laws. That's something I like. You know, I've got a couple of buddies that ended up finding out when their kid hit about 16, 17, he wasn't their kid or she wasn't their kid. And they're like, I've been raising a child that's not mine. You know, and now they feel bad because they're pissed off at the mom and they're angry that they took care of the kid. They feel bad because they love the child. Yeah, they love the child, but they feel bad because they're angry at the mom and they feel like they shouldn't have taken care of that kid. You know, so it puts them in a bad spot, guys. So this new paternity fraud that they've got going on, these new paternity fraud laws to prevent, you know, mothers from trying to baby trap, I completely agree with them. And it's because why should we, as men, be forced to pay child support, or even women, be forced to pay child support for kids that aren't ours? Because I've seen a woman that had to pay child support on her stepkids. You know, and that's not right either. So why should we be punished being parents? It's just not cool. I raised my son for 11 years before finding out he was biologically wasn't mine. The court ordered the mom to pay me child support and she wouldn't. Finally decided to give her half custody. Yeah, you see? And that's when I found out the news. It didn't change the fact that he's my son, though. There you go, old Donald. That's how to be a good dad. That's how to be a good dad. That's not a father, that's a dad. You know, and there's a difference between being a father and a dad. A father does just what he needs to. A dad actually treats that child like they're golden. Because, guys, kids are gold. They are literally unmolded gold. They have so much potential. And they're going to absorb everything like a sponge, guys. Everything going on around them. So if you act bare minimal towards them, then they're going to do bare minimal the rest of their lives because they don't see any reason why not to. So you got to teach them good work ethics. You got to teach them good morals, and you got to teach them how to be a strong man or how to be a strong woman, while at the same time doing what it takes to be able to make it in this world. This world's a hard struggle. It's not easy, you know, and when you have these kids, they're being raised by a mom who doesn't care, or are stuck with an alcoholic, abusive father, or something like that. You know, guys, it's traumatizing. It's traumatizing in a way that you wouldn't think of. And the reason why I say that is because your emotional growth will be stunted the rest of your life. You will not be able to get out of certain emotions because these people have driven you to thinking that life is terrible. You know, guys, I know people that are in permanent depression, clinical depression, because they had bad parents. They had a parent that was into drugs and another one that was into alcohol, and neither one of them were nice. You know, that person's in physical and mental therapy for the rest of their lives. And they have trouble bonding with anybody because they're afraid to. Hang on a second, guys. I've got to refix my window. It is blowing hot air in here instead of cold air because my stupid AC vent likes to come undone from the window and not do its job. So yeah, guys, welcome on into the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, come on in, say hi. You know, spread some good news if you wish. And guys, what? There it is. Guys, if you said yes to the poll, please go on ahead and donate if you would. This is going to taking care of a national park and a school. So that's what we're trying to get money for. We're trying to get $200 for a park and $200 for a school. You know, guys, national parks and national resources like that, state parks, those things are important. You know, we need our wild places wild. You know, without pollinators and things like that, we humans would not live very long. We just wouldn't. We consume too much. So we need wildlife. You know, we need plants and animals. We need refuges like that. And as far as school goes, man, you already know education is important. You know, an education gets you anything, but you got to have the right education. But if you ain't got access to the materials you need for that education, then how are you going to learn? So we're trying to save up money for a school for a friend of mine. And we're going to make sure that we try to get her at least $200 so she can at least get her students some textbooks, you know, instead of just the whole class sharing one book, you know, the whole class sharing 3 pencils, the whole class sharing 1 pen or 2 markers. You know, the school is brilliant, but it needs help. That's all I'm getting at. And I think us as the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum should help out. You know, that's our whole goal. That's what the Onyx chapter of the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum is all about, is helping out with education and scholarships and things of that sort. Water? Oh, you telling me to drink some water there, Jin Jin? Because I don't read emoji. I don't understand emoji. If that's the case, I'll go grab me a bottle of water real quick and be right back. Guys, let's like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Come on in, join the chat. You know, we're talking about a bunch of different stuff going on now. For instance, the ceasefire. Why is it that they cannot stop the ceasefire? Why is it that they cannot stop shooting each other? You know, guys, just chill out. Calm down. Put the missile down and step away from the control box. You know, walk away. But no, instead, they're going to sit there and they're going to be mad at each other and going to shoot rockets at each other. You know, guys, that's never the right decision. You know, it's not good to go through life thinking violence as the first answer is the best answer. And that's not true. You know, guys, you can solve 99% of your problems through diplomacy. You just got to be diplomatic about it. That's driving me nuts. And it just pries right back at me. You pain in my butt. All right, guys. It's going to get nice and toasty in here, so I'm probably going to start sweating here in a minute. I'm just going to turn this sucker off because it's doing me no good. Good afternoon, Connie. How you doing? We're just sitting here having afternoon hangouts. Guys, if y'all excuse me, I am going to go get a couple of bottles of water. This thing is hot. You know, it is pure leather. It is not thin either. As thick as you see it is right there, that's how thick the leather is. So, you know, it don't breathe very well. So I'm going to go get me some water real quick. I'll be right back. Literally give me less than a minute. Don't you love it when the dog moves stuff in your bedroom and you stub your toe? Good thing it wasn't heavy. Much better. Good old drink of water every now and then doesn't hurt. So guys, how's everybody handling this intense heat wave that seems to be just hitting America right now? How's everybody doing? Because it's either raining its butt off or it's so deadgum hot you can barely get anything done. So I know I've got a few people in here that live in places that get rather toasty. So how you guys doing? Make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you rest. And make sure you get out of the heat every now and then. Have a place that's got a little AC. And if you don't, find a river. Find a river, a lake, or a pond and jump head first into that sucker. Go cool off. Or a good creek. Yeah, aren't we all, Jen Jen? We all trying to stay cool today. And guys, it's only supposed to get hotter. That's the messed up part. Shuck, get away from the stand. It's only supposed to get hotter. That is the absolute worst part of it. It's just going to get more spicy. But guys, what can we do? Nature's going to be nature. We just got to adapt and change to the environment. So I hope everybody's doing great in this intense heat. We here in Texas don't normally hit 100 degrees first thing in the morning. It was 9 o'clock today and already at 93 degrees with the heat index putting it right at 100. 96 degrees here today. I got you, O'Donnell. Or O'Doyle. O'Doyle. Excuse me. I've been saying that wrong this whole time. O'Doyle. My bad. But yeah, I completely understand you there, man. It was that temperature at 8 o'clock this morning. It was 96 degrees. And so the heat index put it at like 110, 111. It was awful. My name is from the movie Billy Madison. I know the movie Billy Madison. Okay, I got you. Oh my good Lord. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, 95 feels like 97. We're having 99 feels like 111. So it's a spicy meatball out there. So make sure you guys stay hydrated. Make sure that y'all guys get out of the heat and take good care of yourself, everybody. I'd like to have you back in the chat instead of you accidentally turning into a piece of beef jerky. I thought I was going to turn into an old piece of dried up swamp rat out there mowing that lawn today. Good God. Whew. You get around the tall grass where the dew is still evaporating off of it. It's like a sauna. Oh my God. And the sad part about it is I did it in my armor instead of taking it off. I went on ahead and did it in the armor. And the reason being was because for the weight training, the armor weighs a good 20 pounds. So yeah, I went on ahead and kept wearing it and mowing the lawn, doing my thing. And, yeah, talk about hot. I just didn't include the shoulder pads, which was a good idea. Be yourself. Welcome in, man. Hello, how you doing? We're sitting here chilling. It's raining its butt off outside. So I can't do any crafts right now because everything I've got to do requires being outside. So, boo. Just absolute poopy. But we're going to get them walking staffs finished. Don't you worry. They're going to be the first things completed. We got our tongue oil. We figured out where we're going to hang them out at. Just got to make the video for it, man. It's just every day that I don't have 1,000 errands to run, it's been deciding to rain its butt off. Yummy beef jerky sounds good right about now. Yeah, some good old beef jerky wouldn't be bad, but I already ate some good old Waffle House. So my belly's already full. I had me a good old double cheeseburger. I know that sounds weird to go to a place called Waffle House and order a double cheeseburger, but I like burgers. A good hamburger or a good well-made sandwich, I can handle that. Wonder Glue, welcome in. I live in Kansas and have 0 acres. Why is everyone scared of the heat? 0 AC. I got you, man. I'm just saying that in response to, the fact that it is hot and most people don't, can't handle it anymore. You having 0 AC, man, I give you kudos. You're good and strong. Keep it up, brother. Wonder Glue, that's an awesome thing to hear. But most people are scared of the heat because, to be honest, since we've had AC, we just can't handle it no more. Too many generations with it. What's up, Zoe? Welcome in, Country Girl Sweet. What's up, Superior? How you doing, brother? So, yeah, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, if you're new here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Come join the chat. Come join the family today, guys. We're having a good live, so hopefully you'll want to come on in and chit-chat with us, too. We've got a few new people in here. Let's keep it going. Oh, man, we're doing good. I finished mowing the lawn. We got the armor on. Just found out that I can claim my kids on my income taxes now. So yeah, great. I'm doing excellent. Because even though I can't see my kids, with the ability to be able to take and claim them on my income taxes, guys, that means that I'll be able to get back up on my feet. That means I'll be able to do what I got to do to where whenever my kids do get to see me, then thank you so much, Superior. But whenever my kids do finally want to see me and do finally wish to meet me, I have something proud I can bring them to, where I don't have to take them to some trailer park in the middle of nowhere where everything's falling apart. I could be like, guys, I remodeled all this myself. I bought this property myself. I made that shed myself. I made these myself. That way that when my kids see me, they can be like, you know what? I might not have had a dad that was there for me all the time because of this reason, but by God, he's a good man. He's what a real man should be, and that's my goal. That is my biggest goal in life, is to one day meet my kids and them to be happy that I'm their dad. That's what I try to work towards, and with the ability to claim them on my income taxes, that's just going to make it all easier. So, thank the gods. It's making a lot of women mad, but sorry, sweeties. You shouldn't have been greedy. That's all I got to say. And for those of y'all who are just literally in a bad, tight bind and you need the child support and maybe being able to claim the kids, hey, look, I'm sorry. You get child support all year long. Whoever's paying it, they don't get a break. Thank God they finally do. And because there's a lot of women out there that pay child support too. And man, they struggle just as hard as a man does. My friend right now, Amber, she's paying child support, $800 worth of it. And guys, they only make $1,000 a month. And now she's got to work 4 shifts a day sometimes just to be able to get the money they need together to survive. And the more money she makes, the more they're going to take. And that's truth. What's up, Be Yourself? I saw you earlier. All right. So, guys, we're 32 minutes into the show. So remember, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Come join the family. Come join the conversation. We always welcome new people in. And don't forget, go check out my girl at Jen Holder at @JenHolder976. Go check her out. She's got some great videos. She's got a great channel. She's rising quick. So go see what she's all about, guys. Raising children in this economic times is expensive. Yes, it is. It really is expensive. But at the same time, trying to survive is expensive now. If you're an American and you live in certain areas, it's almost impossible to survive off of a minimum wage check. Guys, and what's sad is they'll raise the minimum wage, but they'll raise the price of everything to equal it out. And that's not right. Just raise the minimum wage and leave the price of crap alone. Don't raise milk up to $8 a gallon because suddenly people are able to make $15 an hour. The whole reason for that $15 an hour, the whole reason for a minimum wage increase is so that you can actually survive off of what you get. Yes, depression is kind of our future at the moment, guys. America's in a tight spot. We're in a lot of trouble. And I'm not the first American to admit it. I just say it a little louder than some. And what I mean, guys, is we're freaking stupid. We're being damn stupid. We're letting rioters take control of our streets. We're letting people protest over stuff that doesn't even involve America. Crime rate is going through the roof. Guys, we're in chaos right now. And we're worried about a war on 3 fronts? What? What? Uh, Brother, huh? And that's just, it's so depressing to sit here and know that our country used to be the greatest country in the world. We were number one in the world. Now we're like number 6, and people still are like, give. Guys, for once, let America get on her feet again. Let us go back to being incredible and get rid of these idiots that we got in office right now. So, yeah, these idiots that we've got coming in here, that I call them idiots because their idealisms are stupid. Not only that, but they vote for stuff that they don't listen to the whole speech over. They're so old, they're wheeled in wheelchairs. They sit down and half the time fall asleep before the bill's fully read and still make a vote. Guys, either you were paid off and knew what you were going to vote before you walked into that Senate, or you just don't care. And guys, I'm more inclined to believe they just don't care anymore. I really do think that. I think that they just don't care about us anymore. And that's unfortunate, because if you're a leader of a country, the least you can do is love your country, love your people. Don't love your position. Your position is temporary. Remember that. It's always temporary. But these guys are trying to be career parliament style level people. And to have Trump try to go in there now and be like, I want to serve a 3rd term. Sorry, buddy, you don't always get what you want. I know you're used to your money getting you whatever you want, but you ain't going to be able to pay off every American in the world to give you a 3rd term. You know what I mean? He ain't going to be able to pay us all off, because, buddy, you want me to put you in there for a 3rd term? You best set me up for life. I mean life. Otherwise, I ain't going to vote for you anymore. A 3rd term is ridiculous for serving here in America. There's never been someone who's served 3 terms. There never will be somebody who serves 3 terms. Not until America completely collapses and we are given someone else. No, money does not buy happiness. In fact, I've noticed something. The more money you have, the more problems you've got. There's an old Viking proverb from the Havamal, which states this: money is the most unreliable of friends, for it will always turn its back on you when you need it most, and it will only be there when you don't need it, when you don't want it. What's up, BMC? Welcome in, man. Yeah, I'm getting on a little bit of a minor rant. Hang on, guys. I just heard something outside. I think my dad and them are back, and I think he called my name. So let me go check and see what's going on. All right, guys, I'm back. It was just they went and looked for a new mattress, and I didn't know where they went. All righty. A man recently tried to get me to pay for his vacation. Wow, really? Dog. Yeah, that's my shuck. That's my baby boy. Ain't that right, my shucker puppers? He my pretty boy. My pretty old man, but my pretty boy. Yeah, he's definitely getting older up there, guys. He's getting to be 10 years old. Actually, he is 10 years old. June 21st. Yeah, you're 10 years old already. Happy birthday, my big old fat boy. He's going for his sock monkey. That was supposed to be my sock monkey, you little thief. He snatched it right off the table. Just, oh. And now it's in pieces. All right, guys, we got 20 minutes left. Your dog is 10 years old too? Wow. Yeah, he's 70 in dog years there, BMC. He's an old man. You know, but he's still got some kick in his step there. He still tries to act like a puppy, but you can tell he's old. He's got some skin with some fur missing and certain patches from scars and stuff, but they're not hot. They're not hot spots. But he does have some fur missing in certain patches just from age. And he's got some dry skin on his elbows. It's like he's got plaque psoriasis or something on his elbow. But he's all good. Shuck, get away from the stand, baby. Get away from the stand, my love. All right, as long as you don't hit it, I'll move it forward. You turkey turd. I love my Shuck. I really do. Animals are family to me, especially a lot of them. I can't believe that guy tried to get you to pay for his vacation, Connie. That's just weird. You know, hey, pay for me to go here. You taking me? Then I'm paying. If I'm going with. Oh, man. Well, guys, honestly, I can't think of anything else to talk about. Not that it wouldn't be uninteresting to most of you guys. So does anybody else have any topics in the chat that they'd like to hear or discuss or anything like that? Other than that, guys, I might be ending early today, you know, which it's all right, but I'd like to go a full hour. But to tell you the truth, I just don't know what to talk about. For once, my butt's speechless, which doesn't happen often, just so you guys know. It's not very often I run out of topics to talk about. It is 80 degrees in this damn bedroom. Gosh, Shuck, I wish you'd get along with your brother. Hang on a second, guys. I got to go grab something. I just got a message. All right, guys, give me just a minute. I got to gather some stuff up for my dad and bring it to him. I've got some letters he needs to look at and file for me. Dad don't whip out the safe very often, so got to take advantage of it when I can. So I'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the chat with each other and have some fun. All right, guys, I'm back. I do apologize for that little bit of business that had to be tended to. What is up, everybody? Turtle. Zoe talking about turtles. You know, speaking of turtles, my buddy Sean sent me a video of him helping a turtle cross the street. I love that. Wildlife conservation, you know, Sean, that's what he's all about. He's our leader of the Emerald chapter, and that's wildlife conservation and environmental work. And guys, he does a great job at it. He's got an animal sanctuary, or a rescue sanctuary. He's got doing everything he can to try to help out, guys. He's already given us $5 for the Friends of Village Creek. So try to follow in his example. Donate just what you can. Don't have to be a lot. Guys, just a little bit. That's all we're asking for is just a little bit. We're just trying to eventually reach $400 so we can give $200 to the Friends of Village Creek and we can give $200 to Miss Eunice in her school. So, guys, I hope we can do this. We're going to try. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? We only got 15 minutes left in the show. Not much going on today, huh? Well, since we've slowed down so much, guys, and the conversation's kind of dying out, I'm probably going to go on ahead and end the show. What's up there, Spampton? How you doing, man? No, we're not sending it to Yellowstone. We're sending it to the Friends of Village Creek State Park. It's a state park here in my area that just got founded. It was originally just, nobody really messed with it. Only $15, man. That's all we've gotten so far, Spampton. It's just $15 out of 400. So we're way behind. Just staying cool there, my Jin. But yeah, guys. Oh, wow. We have no new people watching. So yeah, I'll probably go on ahead and end the stream. Yep, 0. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. But yeah, we have nobody watching right now. I'm really just talking to you guys now. Oh, well, we got 2 people that just showed up. So welcome in, everybody. Please like, share, subscribe. Any little bit helps for the donations. And if you wish to get in contact with me, there's my email address right there. Guys, I am a mentally disabled and physically disabled man. So if I don't get to your responses right away, I do apologize. Hello, how you doing, Sigma? Wish you had a milkshake right now? I got you. But guys, if you say yes, please just go ahead and donate a little bit. Oh, no. All right. I'm just going to end the poll because it seems like more people are saying 0. Yeah, more people don't want to donate than they do. Chocolate is very nice. It really, really is. It's one of my favorite things. But it seems like more people do not wish to donate than they do, which I understand. Not a lot of people have the heart to donate to charity, guys, and it's terrible. What's up, Tara? How you doing, man? An Oreo milkshake is good too. Yeah. So what's up there, Phoenix Terror? You came in at the last 12 minutes, man. So how y'all doing, everybody? Welcome into the chit chat. Maybe they don't have enough money or they don't have a heart. A lot of them just don't have a heart. I'm not asking for much. $1, maybe 5. That's all I'm looking for, guys. And it's very unfortunate that nobody wants to try to help the rest of the world anymore. I know, my love. I know you don't, Jin. I'm not expecting you to. You got your own charity that we're trying to get some donations for. Because eventually I'd like to find somewhere where I could donate for cancer research, because that's what Jin handles in the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum. Is that the kitty face or a doggy face? I think that's a doggy. What is the donation app? It's Cash App. You'll find it at Cash App Knights Sanctum. So $ Knights Sanctum. Capitalize the K. Like it's all one word, only the K is capitalized. So I'm sorry to hear that there, Spampton. That's probably a lot of the issues, guys. People just don't trust it. Oh, thank you, my Jin. But yeah, there's just most people just don't want to donate because they think I'm gonna spend the money on myself, and that's not the case. Guys, this month, none of that donation is going to me. Otherwise, I'd have spent that $15 already. But none of that money is going to ever go to me. It's all going to go to Miss Eunice, and it's all going to go to the Friends of Village Creek State Park. That's the only way that I can help them out, guys, is through donations. but we gonna try to send them a $200 check. One of these days we might be able to, but we're trying for now. So we got 10 minutes left in the show. We got 5 new people in here. We got 11 likes. Let's go on ahead and say that, guys, this has been a successful show, I guess. And guys, I'm probably just going to go on ahead and hop on off of here. I'm a little tired from not only yesterday, but from mowing the lawn, so I might go take me a nap. I too go. I got you there, Zoe. We'll see you next time. But remember, see it from a swamp, later from a gator. Love your mama, love your papa, love yourself. Be kind. Always find a way to help everybody. Definitely check you next time. Same spot, same time. See you later.